What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javid, and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. For all my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys have been killing it. You guys, old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody's been killing it, and I just wanted to show my appreciation. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, as this is about to be crazy. Now, today we're going to be featuring Tapu Bulu, something I don't think has gotten much love, and Latios. I don't run into this often enough for Latios is back. But again, that's just a testament to how many new and cool things are just rampant in the metagame. I rarely see Cinderace. There's several things that are still ridiculously good. I rarely see Kartana, rarely see Dragapult, I rarely see Cinderace. I rarely see Torn in a way. I rarely see Aegislash. All these mons are tremendously good. And so it's just a matter of time before, things. Blaziken about to be you haven't seen a Blaziken in years. But Cinderace just as hard to deal with as it always has been. But yeah, let's focus on what we got here. Just a generic, pretty standard team, but again, featuring Tapu Bulu. It's gonna be a SD 3 attack set. I think it's gonna be pretty cool stuff. We're gonna hop right into it. This one's not going to be one of my longer lives. Probably going to hit 20 to 30 minutes depending on how the battle's going. So our opponent is 2009. 2009. Shout out to 2009, which is good. So I absolutely hammer him with Bulu. Now, for that to work out, I'll need to batter his Corviknight, and for that to work out, I'm not sure. If I overwhelm his Tyranitar, I can solo him with. If it's a Fizdef Corviknight, then perhaps. If it's a Spadef Corviknight, then troublesome. And so, keeping that in mind, let's break this down bit by bit, right? So Swampert leftovers, max Fizdef for the most part, guards well against Corviknight, Tyranitar, assists versus the Slowbro because we have the super effective Earthquake, super effectively hits Toxapex. We have Bulu for Zygarde somewhat, but we got to be careful of Zygarde. And we have Swampert is very difficult for him to deal with. Now, upon going for the Iron Bash, he has to contend with rocks, and Melmetal is going to be really, really difficult for him to deal with because his two switch-ins are Thunder Punch weak. And so we're going to see a little bit about that. Again, it's going to depend on what kind of Corviknight he is. We're going to aim to overwhelm his team by keeping Stealth Rocks up and overwhelming his Tyranitar, which... I think in conjunction with Latios should force that T-Tyrant enough to where we can do some work. Pheromosa is probably not going to be doing the best. It's going to be primarily for Zygarde, honestly. But yeah, so phase one, because he's so susceptible to everything else, as he opts for the Toxapex, perhaps because he is... a toxic spike variant. It's hard to say because Swampert is so lethal. It's just tough because I need my life orb and I also need my rocks. But if I go Pheromosa, it doesn't force the Toxapex out. So I'm actually forced to Stealth Rock here as he's comfortable in staying in, which means he's not toxic. He's probably knockoff Scald. And so, seeing as he's comfortable, I'll offer the 2K, probably Rocky Helmet, right? Hopefully no luck. Thankfully no luck. And so what this allows is for me to pull the hard switch out into Latios. And so this is where things get interesting because, obviously he has to go for recover. And so this is where things get interesting as I get to Aura Sphere. So it's a Soul Vest Slowking, like the last couple I've seen. Very interesting stuff. Now, Swampert being overwhelmed was not part of the plan, but I couldn't really help that situation just now. So I'm guessing Assault Vest Slowking is just a thing. That's something that I have to be wary of. And now my aim is gonna be to overwhelm that Tyranitar. Because I don't have Earthquake and his technically I don't wall you, but I let's see how much psychic does. 29%, because he can't touch me per se. You're right. And so what this does is allows for me to aura sphere here because he gets dropped by Draco Meteor. So T-Tar comes out, which is a big deal. Very big deal. Because that's Spectrier father. I really don't understand the Tyranitar switch. So this allows for me to Draco Meteor here. And Tyranitar is gone. Again, Spectrier is amazing versus his team. I had to take that hit, which isn't the best, but it's something we have to deal with. So the way he's playing is as if this is bulk up Corviknight. He doesn't have hazard control, so it might not be. But if that's the case, then I just Ice Beam spam then Spectrier. Well, that's not completely true either. So I'll go Melmetal first if he subs or bulks up. So he's defog, okay. Which is again something that, because now this allows for me to double Iron Bash, because he's a pressure variant or leftovers or whatever. So, let me think, Zygarde leftovers. So since he's defog, that's again very good for Spectrier. I'm probably gonna be staring down. What don't I? Well, if he's leftovers, double Iron Bash means picks. Okay, I know what I'll do. So I'll Thunder Punch hard here, as he actually just shows me the body press. And these leftovers, as we already established. And so the fact that he showed me body press, this is very interesting considering how, because he has to roost here. This gives me this. He actually does body presses again. So I'm going to Will-O-Wisp first to cover for a potential Brave Bird, as he opts for harding to Zygarde. Now I'm not sure what this is gonna bring. Could be a Glare variant, it could be Banded. I don't want to show that I'm choiced or leftovers yet, and so this is gonna be interesting because that's his best Thunder Punch switcher. Now the fact that the Corviknight has body press does hurt, but if I can burn the Corviknight, or if the Corviknight doesn't have anything to super effectively touch Tapu Bulu, then Tapu Bulu can just really hammer his team away. But the Slowking could have a poison move, which obviously I'm quite weak versus, so that's something I want to be wary of. And so Pheromosa is the best mid ground. It covers for everything. To me, Toxic there would have been horrendous had I stayed in. So I didn't think he would because I'd have just subbed. But I think either way, it allows me to U-turn on likely Pex, right? And shit gets real interesting here. Because I'm going to sacrifice Swampert in the short term to kill this Toxapex, or not kill this Toxapex. So I think I can Spectrier. So again, I'm not sure what. Maybe he's unaware Clef. I do want to keep Melmetal on the off chance that that's the case. As the Corviknight rears its ugly head, that's fine. As we see the flip turn, and back to Spectrier we go. And so I've already shown. Perhaps this doesn't have Brave Bird. And so this allows us to Will-O-Wisp here, which I don't think makes knockoff break the sub. Oh. So Toxapex. You should not be breaking my sub with knockoff. But it does mean that Latios can come in comfortably, but that's actually surprised me a little bit. I don't want to play around with it just being some kind of roll. I'm more than happy to keep doing this cycle. So as we substitute here, so let's find out what kind of Clefable this is. So we're gonna Shadow Ball here. Does 44 as he heal bells. This is probably unaware because I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp here to see if he takes damage. Yep. And so that little bit of damage does make a big difference. Gonna Shadow Ball again here. We get a crit there. It's a big deal as he Calm Minds. 44. It's gonna be close. Yeah. So he gets the Soft Boil off, which is fine. It's a loss for my blue. So again, the Unaware, something that we wanted to make sure that we had solutions for, right? Zygarde makes the most sense because right now, him being unaware matters a lot. Yeah, he goes hard picks. Just gets paralyzed, which, you know, I don't want the helmet damage. I actually did nothing to him, man. Thunder Punch did absolutely nothing. You know, obviously Scalds. Thankfully, no burn. And so the matchup would be Corviknight versus, well, Rocks into Flip Turn into Corviknight versus another turn. Since he keeps playing his Corviknight like this, I'm actually going to try to Bulu him, particularly because he's burnt. Like right here, he's in a really tough spot because I'll Shadow Ball hard. Zygarde comes in, gets the Spadef drop, which is clutch. We still gotta be careful. Was subbing there better? No, Shadow Balling there was better. Because again, the Unaware Clef, because I'm gonna be giving him grassy terrain, can really just mess me up. And I don't beat Toxapex very easily. One thing I have going for me is the fact that I can potentially get up Stealth Rocks and overwhelm his so I'll hard switch on Pex. No, I don't need to. Even if he stays in, it's a waste of time. So Pex is in, and this allows for me to roost because I'm gonna need this. I know Slowking is coming in. You know, Future Sight sucks, but it is what it is. Poison Psychic. Then Pex in versus Melmetal forces in Pex as I double as. So Melmetal here, as I know he's gonna Future Sight. This allows me to double back to Latios. Didn't expect Corviknight. Well, Thunder Punch wasn't going to KO him, so I guess that makes sense. It allows for me to roost. Unfortunately, he gets to roost too. But, you know, it is what it is. Defog roost. Man, Corviknight's a bitch. So it's U-turn, which means it can't touch Spectriate at all. Very interesting decision in going Slowking, considering it can't KO me. I guess he's just committing to, okay, I'll just defog, and then alright, fair enough. So here goes the whole cycle once again, but I'll take the slow chip. I'm doing net nothing per turn. Yeah, 7%, that's nothing. But now I know that he can't touch me with the the thing, so I can sub here. As he U-turns, which doesn't make any sense in case I attacked him there. Like, you hard switch there every time. And so 1,000 arrows obviously is gonna break my sub, and so I have to position myself to where Clef can't heal. Swampert comes in. Okay, so I'm starting to get a read on my opponent's style of play because a lot of his plays aren't making sense. So he's definitely gonna stay in here. Yeah. You'd never staying with your Corviknight there. So now Corviknight actually can really, like, now he's in a little bit of trouble as he heal bells, which I know he had to at that point. And so now me doubling out into, well, the Toxic matters. But I'm saying, like, if I subbed there on his Zygarde, it would have put him in a horrible spot. And so I can really mess him up with Tapu Bulu. I just have to play carefully. Um, since the Corviknight is faster than Swampert, if I rock spam, I'll have to have something to beat the Corviknight though. So rocks, Toxapex here. So now things get interesting. Hold on, my phone's ringing. I'll call her back. My girl's calling. So Toxapex, not Toxapex. I mean, Galarian Slowking comes in here. But Psychic does 0%. I might have to go for broke on this, or like completely outplay him. Like for example, right here, if I rocks as he stays in, he's fucked. If he goes Corviknight as I stay in, but I think flip turn is better considering how he plays. He tends to just go straight for the mon. And so this allows for me to get the get the leftovers in Spectre. It was Shadow Ball hard. Pex is his initial. Fine. Not amazing, but I can deal. The reason I didn't sub there is I can't risk him. Roosting on my substitute. Since he stayed in last time, seems the type to roost. Yeah, I'll have to give up Pharaoh. It's no longer necessary anyway. And so Swampert into rocks gives him roost twice. Then what would I do with Swampert? Because it'll give him the roost, and then or I could go to Latios. This is tough. Again, unaware Clef, problematic, but I do think Spectre, well played Spectre plus well played Bulu can pull it out, but I need his Clef burnt first. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to my Latios. I'm gonna double to Slowking. I mean to Swampert and Stealth Rock, because I'm expecting Slowking, and I'm also going to die to. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna die to. I thought I'd die to the Toxic. So now this puts him in a spot where he picks whether he sacks the Corviknight or. So what? Toxapex, either Toxapex or Corviknight comes in here. If he goes Pex, I die and get nothing out of the turn. If he goes Corviknight. So I'll do this again. So Corviknight was his initial. So Aura Sphere here. I'm not sure if it would KO. So that's the part that I need to double to Swampert because I died to 2 hits. Ideally, he future sights here. Flamethrowers though, fuck. So he knocks me out. So sub here. Damn, that Flamethrower on the Swampert switch sucks. So I needed to double switch there. There comes a Zygarde. And so all I need to do is catch his Clef. And I have a decent shot. Oh wow, that's not a guaranteed to a KO. That's not a guaranteed KO. I mean, I wonder what the roll on that is. So I'm gonna plot here to make sure that I force in this Zygarde next time. I do want to condition him into. Okay, it's like comp. So he's rest. He's taking no damage. Okay, so this is this kind of shit. But I 2 KO him. Ideal situation. He doesn't pull the move he wants. Awesome. And so Zygarde's gone, as obviously Clef has to come in. And so I get the Will-O-Wisp on Clef, which is important. We Shadow Ball into forcing Soft Boil, so because he's gonna get the special attack draw. But the point here is to stall out Will-O-Wisps. I mean, Will-O-Wisp until, so he's gonna heal Bell here, but he's not at full, which is important for Bulu. But he soft boils and he's burned. So now Bulu has a decent shot, and so he's gonna go to his Pex, and so this is where things are gonna get interesting because I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Latios here because I know he has to go to Toxapex. The problem here for him is his Slowking can't touch my Latios. Like, it can stand, but it can't do damage to me, you know? So I've seen Flamethrower, Future Sight, likely Eerie thing, and maybe Sludge Bomb. So we'll Roost here. Okay, Sludge Bomb gets the poison, which was pretty whack. And Sludge Bomb is doing a lot to me. So Draco into... We'll Roost here. I might have to stall out his Sludge Bombs. 47, I'm losing too much though. 14. I'll stall out as many as I need to so that it's doing 50 though. Draco into... So I'll have to go for broke here. Because what I want to do is go to my Bulu and then go for Swords Dance. If I go Melmetal, he goes to Toxapex. That's not gonna work. He could leave the... Well, the Corviknight can't touch my Bulu though. So I suppose... I can go to Bulu here and go for Horn Leech. I mean Stone Edge. Stone Edge should kill it from here. Horn Leech, I'm not sure. So he hards Pex as I SD here. We're gonna see what the Pex has in store. He's probably gonna go for Hacks. Doesn't get it, which is a blessing. So wow, that's not even a comfortable 2-hit KO. He has Haze. He has Haze, so he's gonna knock off here. Wow, that's not good. He recovers though. Ideal situation, he hazes here. Oh man, he has fucking haze. But I guess that's supposed to be expected. Damn, that the Horn Leech 1 did disappointingly, like, was very disappointing in its damage output. So Bulu, which I expected to be the end gamer. That means maybe I couldn't win this game then. But I will say that initially the Spectria had Taunt, so perhaps I would have been a little better in this game. So I have to go hard to it here as he hazes. And I'm gonna get knocked off here. I mean, what can I do, right? I'll have to play some. You're gonna see some. You're gonna ride like jam. Just fourth, bro. What I'm surprised about is how little that Shadow Ball. I mean that. So I'll Shadow Ball here. Spam that. I'm actually surprised he scalded. Doesn't get the burn, which is huge. So we're gonna plot here, obviously. He actually scalded again. Thankfully, no burn, which means either get a kill or force the Clef. Now this is gonna matter because I'm gonna make some king plays here. I'm gonna be bullying the fuck out. Bullying the fuck out. It doesn't really matter. Well, if I para his pec, well, no, Thunder Punch in here to a KO's pecs, which is a big deal. I forgot that it was so low, so he has to give me a mon here. If it's pecs, then I might be able to win. So he goes back to Clef. So he's gonna keep stalling, which, you know, Clef being burnt, I might be able to do it. The thing about it, man, I wish I had Earthquake. You know, it's funny because I was like, superpower just for Tran and Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn isn't really a mon at the moment. Wow, he fucking lived. So I'll superpower here. Hopefully I KO. I don't, which is a big deal that I didn't kill him there. Actually, I choked there. Supposed to go to Bulu. My nasty plot here. Or do I hit the Corviknight? Yeah, let's nasty plot instead. So there's the Clef. If I get a big crit here, or I get him to Moonblast, okay. So he Moonblast there, which means, how much is the Corviknight at? 65. Which means that I have a chance now, because I go Melmetal and I Thunder Punch to cover for Pex, because I can't have the Pex healing. He goes to Corviknight. His best bet would be to U-turn. I don't know if U-turn kills me. Please U-turn. And it kills. I needed to not to kill there, because then what I would allowed is for me to go to Bulu on his Corviknight and SD and win. Now I need to crit him with a Horn Leech. Yeah, it's not happening, it seems. Yeah. And so that he just hate spams. So basically there I needed Melmetal. That was close. I did my best as I could. I knew Unaware Clef for this style of team where I need setup, because I can't break the Pex without touching it. I do think Earthquake is still superior. I've never been a fan of superpower on this. As you could probably tell in this case, it would have been bad. I don't think it gets high horsepower, but I get the logic, especially because or it does. I get the that's the same problem as having to take Rocky Helmet. I get the logic. So that's tough. That's a game I did my best. The Galarian Slowking, I'm very proud to see that it's actually decent. Bulu, very disappointing, honestly. Very, very disappointing. I mean, it's a Spadef variant, so understandably so. But for, bringing Bulu over Rillaboom, and it just, +2 Horn Leech, not even doing half. That's mad disappointing. Generally, Pexes are especially defensive from what I've seen, but that was pretty damn disappointing. Bulu. So we're gonna try to grab one more. All right. So my opponent is 1738. Where are we at? 1902. That's probably 1902 before that game. So yeah, let's have fun, bro. Let's get these points. So immediately when I look at his team, it's just Pheromosa fodder. It's just really fascinating on a ladder like this to be this weak to Pheromosa. Maybe he's like Boots, or I don't know what he's gonna do. Super weak to Spectre, and he's super weak to Pheromosa. So those are gonna be my go-tos, my go-to guys. Swampert is gonna be critical for guards against Heatran. Now, in fact, the only thing that Swampert doesn't beat on get-go is his Rillaboom. And so perhaps Banded Rillaboom kills Spectre. I'm not sure about that role. Very, very odd team structure. So because I don't know the Rillaboom calc, this must be Scarf Latias. Otherwise, it just makes so little sense to start the game with. Yeah, that's Scarf. Because he must have expected Pheromosa. Um, yeah. So we'll just Earthquake here. I'm not sure what his initial would be. It's Como. Again, very interesting team. Melmetal isn't critical, but it's nice to have, as I'm expecting Stealth Rocks could have Toxic. So Como is gonna die, which is his best close combat switching. I don't want to take a body press. There's no reason for me to anyway. It's just debating whether or not I want even Toxic Swampert to get Toxic. But this wall is my Spectre, so I want it dead. Well, it doesn't wall it, but it, you know what I'm saying. And so I figured if he went to Melmetal, I'd be able to go to Swampert. Very little downside. So he shows me that he's banded, which is good for Pheromosa KOs. Might see Rillaboom here. Not that important. So it's a question of what this thing is, right? You know, currently, when I go to my Latios, it gets a KO. So let's see. If it's Swords Dance, then it could be a little problematic. Yeah. I don't think it can kill me. I don't know the role on Latios and whatnot. Let's find out. If it's high horsepower, then I don't think I died to Glacier Glide. And if it's super power, then that did actually a ton to me, man. That super power did a fuck ton to me. Jesus. This Bulu's Rillaboom's actually a problem. I'm thinking like Rillaboom, you know, quick beating, but Rillaboom's actually a problem. Wow, because Latios was actually decent in this game. That did a ton to me, man. But again, this +2 life orb. You know what did you expect? But man, that did a ton to me. I wonder what's the life orb? Grassy Glide into superpower means. Man, it's actually concerning. So I'm gonna go Melmetal here. Obvious Grassy Glide. It'll bring me back to 50. And then we give him Latios. So Pheromosa gets to come in. Because of how problematic Rillaboom is and the fact that he loses to Spectre if he loses this, I'd assume that, you know, this initial would be probably sacking Como. I'll close combat hard though. Is Heatran. So he has the option of SDing here. Because I just showed SD, Superpower, Grassy Glide. And so Bulu's gonna have to show its worth here. She has the Grassy Glide, right? And so I'll Horn Leech hard. Okay, he actually goes Nidoking. I'm curious as to. I don't think Life Orb Bulu can kill. I mean, Rillaboom can kill, which is important because Pheromosa is gonna have to be like my guy to destroy him. You know what I'm saying? So Swampert has to come out, as important as it is. Earth Power is predicting that. That's pretty obvious switch. So you know, makes sense that he did that. Spectre coming in means it depends. Depends on if. Depends on what is So what I'll do here is I'm going to go to my Pheromosa and Ice Beam hard. The reason I'm doing that is because then Rillaboom can't come in and threaten me. He has to go to what I'm expecting to be Latias. Let me run this calc. There is no fucking way you're eating this, bro. I'm a Pheromosa. He's probably just forcing the CC. What's the Uber offensive pivot? What is that? No, we're not life. We're not that strong. Lepa Berry. What was that? What is the next thing I'm trying to do? Yeah, Melmetal. So let's assume that he's max HP fully. Let's see what the roll on this is. And then I'll look at my team and see what the other option. Low kick, come on, bro. Though that's probably the same as C, no? Close combat. Does 63 to fucking 74. Can you believe that? Like, it's not even in my... I think it might be like slightly in his favor. Now, you know, Melmetal being max HP. Well, that's just crazy though. That's just crazy. Hmm. Feels like 200 HP or something like that. Rillaboom is still low-key a threat, man. Like right now I'm struggling with Rillaboom. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And so now he's guaranteed dead, but I think it's gonna come down to, you know, who's the faster, because he bashes here, obviously. He's banded. Z faster than me. Yes. Which means that, so obvious Pheromosa has to be forced in. And he'll have to predict. Well, no, he doesn't. Okay. Kudos. A double to Melmetal would make sense here. But he doesn't know I know he's choiced. Let's see what happens. Psychic against a Spadef drop. Which means that he gets to play. I might have just sealed the deal for him. It's all good. Yeah, fuck. He gets 2 in a row. Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe not. Watch this. So he psychics here, but because of the terrain being up, I can actually sub here. Yep. And this shit gets real interesting because I can terrain stall. Now he actually goes Rillaboom first, which I think might have sealed the deal for me. Now I could just sub down. That's an option, but I don't think Spectre can die to Latias. So I'm just gonna kill it. Like, there's just there's no way Spectre dies to anything Latias can do. Yeah. Thankfully the horse came through. I figured he'd think I was Scarf, because I don't think I attacked with it or even sent it in. And Scarf is so common. That's the thing with the horse, man. It just runs up on you unexpectedly and just, you know, puts you in the dirt. But nah, yeah, that's the team for today. You know, it's not, Bulu is a little disappointing. Rillaboom is actually a lot more dangerous than I gave it credit for. I was thinking, you know, the Zapdos, the Moltres, the Mandabuzzes, the Corvin, like, you know. But I mean, that's a different section of the ladder. You don't really see that style of Rillaboom too much anymore in high ladder. But, you know, that should have rounded us about where we started. So we didn't lose much, we didn't gain much. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.